Hey, does anybody remember Nina Needs to Go?
I watched a lot of weird cartoons as a kid, and I still kind of do. So we're going to be going over a lot of those today, because I got a lot of them. And my first one is Nina Needs to Go. Nina Needs to Go is a Disney Channel animated series of shorts made in 2014 about a young 4-year-old girl who needs to go to the bathroom at the most unfortunate of times. Who comes up with that? Who thinks to themselves that writing a TV show about a child going to the bathroom is a good idea? Like, I get the point that you need to teach your kids to go before we get into a situation where we can't go, but still, like, what? Some of these unfortunate places include a wedding, a fancy restaurant, and my personal favorite, a long line at the mall. What? Where did this even come from? I didn't technically watch this show, but I would be watching something like Doc McStuffins and it would come on between the commercial breaks. So I was kind of forced to watch it, and I never really liked it. It always creeped me out and made me feel weird and uncomfortable. I haven't seen it since then, like, at all. Like, I haven't seen it airing, so I don't know what happened to it. It just kind of disappeared one day. But yeah, I was just looking at the reviews on IMDb, and it has a 3.6 out of 10. And yeah, that seems accurate. Fanboy and Chum Chum. Okay, I want to preface this by saying I hated this show, but my dad would put it on for me, and I was too much of a socially introverted child to say, "Hey Dad, I don't like this. Can you please change the channel?" I was like 2, anywhere from 2 to 4. So I remember being able to speak to my father, and I remember I was thinking, good God, this show was awful. I've always hated toilet humor, and oh my God, I'm getting so many terrible memories from that show. It was just loaded with so many toilet jokes and toilet humor, and I hate that kind of stuff. It makes me feel so gross and uncomfortable. And on top of that, the animation was ugly. Even as a little tiny 4-year-old, I was like, this looks disgusting. Why would someone make this and be proud of it? I don't know where it is now, but I'm sure glad it's not alive. It needs to burn. Hi-ho! The 7D. Okay, I never watched this show. Like, I never woke up on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. like, oh boy, it's time to watch the new episode of the 7D, yeah! It would just be on the TV, and I was like, okay. And I wasn't necessarily a fan of it, but I did like watching it. I was entertained by it. The 7D is about the 7 dwarves kids being the 7 dwarves kids. That's about it. But I remember one of the main female villains was one of my gay awakenings that made me realize, oh, she's very pretty, without me realizing that I was gay. So, thank you. I don't remember her name though. I think it was Nancy. It was something stupid like that. Rabbids Invasion. This show terrified me as a child. I watched like 2 or 3 episodes of it, and it was pretty funny, but it still scared me to my core, to the part where I got nightmares about it like every night for a week, and I just grew up hating it. I don't know what happened to it now. I'm glad it's not airing. I mean, who are we kidding? Nickelodeon probably still airs it because their channel does not currently have a lot of good stuff on their channel. But that's not the point. The point is Rabbids Invasion terrified me. And whenever I would tell someone that it scared me, they would just laugh. Like, look at these things. Now do you see why I thought they were so freaking scary? I mean, looking back on it now, it's kind of funny, but I swear, I remember them going, wah, and not da, but it sounds like they're screaming, die, and I wanted to after watching those commercials because they scared the living fuck out of me. They still do, but it's also pretty fun. Another one that I watched wasn't weird, and it's actually still pretty popular, and it's going to get another season sometime this year, or I believe next year, but they're working on it. Total Drama. I say weird because I don't have a lot of friends who watched it, or at least who have even heard of it, and it's always kind of faded into obscurity for them. Well, I'm like, oh no, I love this show. To this day, those songs are freaking bangers. Let's face it, I'm no TV star. Hey sir, I thought you was my friend, but now it's sorry. So sorry. You get so hot, baby. You're so... They did way too good of a job on those songs. Like, hot diggity dang. They had no right to make them that good. Now, I live in the States, so Heather was the Total Drama World Tour winner for me. Why am I talking about Whatever. The winners for where I lived was, it was Owen, Duncan, Heather, Cameron, I'm trying to remember, I believe it was Mike for season 5, and for season 6, the worst one was, I believe it was Sean. The recent ones were pretty bad. And the Surfers won for Redunculous Race. That was the best, most recent one. All the others are trash. Like, I hated every second of watching Pakatu Island. Those are all the main ones that I watched as a kid. I have a few more that, like, if you guys like this video, I might make a part 2 with even more ones. But yeah, this is all I'm gonna do for now. Cause, yeah, goodbye. Don't watch Raven's Invasion. Or Fanboy and Chum Chum. Or Nina Needs to Go.